October is Mental Health Awareness Month, and October 10th is International Mental Health Awareness Day. I believe that mental wellness should extend to more than just one day or month. That's why I'm proud to welcome you to Becoming a Mental Health Champion, the podcast, presented by the ABF Resiliency Project. My name is Reggie Burton, and I'm your host and author of the new book, Becoming a Mental Health Champion. First, let's talk about my origin story. In 2017, my son Avery had a major depressive episode, and in less than 2 months following his college graduation, he died by suicide. Each episode, we'll talk to people on the front lines, athletes, educators, mentors, therapists, parents, survivors, people who are doing the work and changing lives. Mental Health America just released its newest report of the top states for mental health and wellness. Nevada, where I live and work, had the worst rating, followed by Arizona and Alabama, marking the second time Nevada and Arizona have had the lowest ranking. This underscores a need for strategic investment in mental health in these states. Of course, reports like these hit close to home for me and my family. When Avery had his MDE, I made a choice. It was a choice to do something about it. So I wrote a book called This Is Depression. It was my warning to families about the dangers of depression and mental health disorders. Second, we started a scholarship to honor Avery's legacy, but also we wanted to challenge students to talk about the challenges and adversity that they were facing in their lives. It just so happened at the time that we started our scholarship that it was right around the time that COVID was really starting to take a toll on people's mental health. So a lot of the students were able to be very honest and transparent and vulnerable about the challenges of being so isolated during a period of time that was very challenging for the world in terms of mental health. So the stories that we were getting from these essays, we got permission to publish them. And that led us to creating the ABF Resiliency Project, because we believe that storytelling is one effective tool and way to end the stigma around mental health and depression. Later, as I gained more knowledge and information and started to become more comfortable in my role as an advocate for mental health, I decided to write a second book called Becoming a Mental Health Champion. That second book was the result of answering questions that I would get quite often when I would do panel discussions or be at events to promote my work or the work we were doing with the scholarships. And the question I got asked most often was, how do you do it? How do you develop your own resiliency, the kind of resiliency that you're trying to share and build within other people? And I decided to put all that into a book, and that's why I wrote Becoming a Mental Health Champion. We also started a foundation called the Avery Burton Foundation, where we do outreach and education. And that's a way for us to also give back to the community, but also provide those tools and connect people with resources. And we do that a variety of different ways. I talked about a few of those with the scholarships and what we do with young people. But particularly with adults, we do and provide training, mental health first aid training, which is, if you've ever taken a CPR class, it's like CPR for the brain, except, you're not doing chest compressions. You're basically looking for signs of people that might be in mental health crisis, and you're connecting those people with resources. So what can you do? Well, I remember some years ago, I met Christopher Gardner. That name rings a bell. It's because he's the author of the book, The Pursuit of Happiness, that led to a movie starring Will Smith. What I discovered doing some research on Christopher Gardner is that he also wrote another book. It's called Start Where You Are. And the premise of that book really connected and resonated with me. Basically, at some point in life, we're all going to face adversity and have some sort of crisis, whether it's a personal crisis or at work or whatever the case may be. And we all have the capabilities and the ability to be problem solvers. And it all starts with starting where you are. People often say, well, I don't have, the timing's not right. I don't know when, where, how. I think with the beauty of Christopher Gardner's book is that he said, don't worry about all those things. Just literally start where you are. And that's what you can do. Take a look at where you are at this point in your life. If you are experiencing some adversity or going through a crisis, or someone that is, and literally take the time to just say, you know what, I'm not going to wait for a better opportunity or wait for a better time to help them or to help myself. I'm going to start where I am. Beyond that, you can do exactly what you're doing right now, which is joining a conversation with this podcast. Drop a comment. Let us know if you have any suggestions for topics you would like to cover related to mental health, or maybe special guests, people you would like us to interview. And then you can also get active in your community, and whether it's with your school, your church, any of those things would be great ways for you to get involved and try to make a difference as it relates to mental health. And by doing that, all of us working together, we can all become champions for mental health and wellness. So that's it for this podcast. I just wanted to kind of introduce what we're doing, and look forward to connecting with all of you and having these conversations that are at times going to be difficult, but I hope that through transparency and vulnerability that we can all benefit and do better. So until then, this is our first episode, so I hope you enjoy it. Until the next time, stay safe.